All right, I think I'm live. Hello, hello. I'm just going to go and check out to make sure I'm there because StreamYard has yet to screw up. Usually it's just me. So, hello, hello. I am Elka Bostwick. I'm a founding 2-star vice president at PetPro if I haven't had the opportunity to meet you. And Tim Hargett and I, we are going to have partnered and joined forces, and every week we have decided to go live on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Central to share something that of our knowledge of the things that we've learned with you to help you to grow your business. So we are going live from his team page. Shout out to Team For Pet's Sake, and shout out to my downline, Team Endless Possibilities. If there are anything that you feel like you're struggling with and you want ideas from Tim or I, comment. Definitely let us know what you are needing so that we can make sure that we show up and add value to you. Now, you don't see Tim here with me because he is driving home from a team retreat that he just got done with, and so I told him I can handle this all from myself. And next week you're going to hear some aha moments from his retreat to share with you about how he is going to implement those and grow his business. So today we're going to talk a little bit about mindset shift from a sales mindset to a service mindset. So if you're on, say hello, tell us what your title is, how long have you been a pet pro, and let us know. Drop a dog emoji or a cat emoji and let us know what kind of pets you have at home. Maybe you have no pets, you can just put a circle with a cross through it because I didn't have any pets when I joined. So also share this live into any team chat you have. If they are a part of this team Facebook group, then they will see this live. So sharing is caring. So make sure that you share that out. So I am a part of Bob Heilig. If you guys don't know who it is, hi Timothy. I'm thankful for you. Hey, by the way, Timothy's not on here, so if you guys need anything or whatever, like I can do whatever I want on Tim's page today. So don't tell him I said that. But anyways, if you guys have ever heard of Bob Heilig, he is called the virtual upline. He was a keynote speaker several years ago at one of our PawFest company conferences, and I absolutely fell in love with everything that he does. He teaches how to build our business on a love, serve, grow platform. And I am 100% a part of his legacy leadership program. I, for certain, was an accidental leader in this industry, not knowing what to do or how to do it. I went from, probably a drama queen to a passionate, team building queen. And you don't know what you don't know until somebody tells you different in this business, right? Hi, Jill. So glad that you're on today. But I am super thankful. Hi, Bethany. I am super grateful for everything that I have been able to learn. And so as I've started to go through his program, we do lessons. And once you get to the very end of all of his lessons, you actually receive a certificate for doing a leadership growth, training. And so I'm really excited. And I thought, Tim and I were talking. Hi, Mandy. We've got somebody from YouTube watching us today. So as I've started to do these lessons, and Tim and I have been kind of talking about what our teams need, where our teams are at, we decided that mindset was something that we needed to work on. And I had just gotten done with this exact lesson, and I thought, Tim, let me share this lesson with you. So I'm going to go through this lesson. There's lots of information, but I've taken a PDF copy of this lesson. I've sent it to Tim. I have it as well. Both of us will put it into the comments where you can print it out and read it and actually do the homework and show up in your business and help change yourself from a sales mindset to a service mindset. If this is something you need, which I think everybody needs it, even somebody who's been in this business for a really long time, I feel like it could be a powerful tool for you. So let's dive in. So first and foremost, I want to share a few key things. This industry and pottery is a personal development program with a compensation plan. Have you ever heard it be called that? I will tell you that I came in and I thought this was just about selling pet products. I had no idea that the journey I was going to be taking had anything to do with personal development. And the first time Melissa Davis like talked to me about personal development, pretty sure I got pretty offended. I was like, I'm fine. I don't need any help. I don't need a growth mindset. I don't need to read motivational stuff every day. I don't need to, get rid of this or get rid of that. But I will tell you that I spoke victimese all of the time. I didn't know any different. It wasn't that I was a bad person, it was that I didn't understand. I had comparitis. I call it comparitis. I had comparison issues. I had jealousy issues. Um, I had a lot of personal growth that I needed to do, and I've come a long way in this business. Some people have to walk through a little more fire than others to get to where they need to be. But I ran across this image the other day, and I'll also post it in the chats. And I don't know if you guys can see this image very well. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to clear up. I'll post it in the comments. But this, I really want you to think about it. It says, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. I'm going to say that one more time. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. Now, if you can see that the person over here in the blue is looking through the world through a lens where they have this abundant mindset, they're working through things, they see butterflies, the sky is a little bit bluer, right? And then you have the person over here on the other side, it's kind of an orange, and it basically is like burn the world. Like forget it. They wake up every day in a bad mood. They hate their job. They hate their life. People bug them. Everybody's annoyed. Everybody does something wrong. If you don't do it my way, it's the highway type of mentality. And they're the type of people that say, this is just me. If you don't like it, you can leave. They're the people that think that the world is just through one lens, right? So it's not that either side is bad, but we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So really think about that and ask yourself right now on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your mindset in having a growth mindset, right? That could be a 2. Maybe you're like, oh, I've heard of personal development. I've never done it before. Or are you a 10 where you're like, you know what? Every day I wake up and I focus on something for me. It's a huge routine. Think about that because we're going to talk a little bit about that because you're going to have team members that are going to just drive you crazy. You're going to have other team members that join the witness protection program. You're going to have customers that say they're going to buy and they never do. And you're going to have people that are going to, say, oh, I didn't get my shipping. And you said it would be 7 to 10 business days and it's been 8. And, you're going to have all these crazy things happen. And based off of wherever you're at here, when those things happen, you will 100% handle things differently. 100% handle things differently if here you're coming from a good place. So keep that in mind as we go along. And again, all of this will come with you. So I'd love for you to just sit back, take some notes, and you will get the homework and you can go through this. Again, you can listen to it. I'm just going to kind of walk through it. So having a sales mindset is the number one reason why hobbyists struggle with recruiting and growing their teams. It is also the reason why they don't develop any strong leaders. This is something that I didn't recognize I had an issue with until I recognized I had an issue with it. But there's 2 different ways that you can build this business. A lot of people who are skeptical, oh, well, I've been in this business for, 2 years and I've never made $1 and I can't get anybody buy from me. And you get the people who have been in here for 1 week that say, I can't get anybody to buy from me. I don't know how, or I don't do sales very well. These are all different mindsets that people come in with, but know that things can be developed as long as you're coachable and you're trainable. Most people who don't succeed in this industry are those that aren't willing to do everything to learn. They're not willing to talk to enough people to get the yeses. So changing your mindset from a sales to a service requires you to think differently about your business. You have to think about it in a totally different way that potentially it could transform you. So if you're ready to really make some shifts, then this is the perfect call for you. So all hobbyists operate from a fundamentally flawed belief. So do either of these scenarios sound familiar to you? If you feel comfortable commenting, great. If you don't, that's fine too. So do any of these scenarios sound familiar to you? You've had success acquiring customers, but struggle with recruiting. That's scenario one. Drop a one if that sounds familiar. Drop a two if this sounds familiar. You've had success personally recruiting, but that hasn't duplicated in your team. Where would you say that you are right now? So here's um, two examples that are telltale signs that you currently have a sales mindset in your business. There is no other possible cause. Just those two questions, right? So whether you put a one or two or both, that is because you're coming from a place of sales, not service. But here's a new belief that Bob Heilig will teach you to kind of come to terms with, is that network marketing is not so much a business of sales and marketing, but instead it is a business of service and leadership, right? You can even comment, what is leadership? Leadership is influence. Influence can be in the form of marketing. So it kind of rolls together. Sales comes in the form of service, right? You can have sales when you're showing up and serving people. So they go hand to hand depending on how you are looking at things. But if you change your belief from sales and marketing to service and leadership, you'll be doing sales and marketing just in a different way that allows you to step into a new mindset. That's not to say that sales and marketing aren't important. However, hobbyists focus almost all their time on seeing things, ignoring the others. That's why they struggle. Something important happens when you make this shift from sales to service. You focus more on other people's results than you do on your own. For instance, are you focused on that pet not having bad gas? Or are you more focused on making that paycheck and doing whatever it takes to get that sale? Where is your focus? Are you focused on that one person joining because you're going to get a $75 bonus and you're going to build a team and you're going to get a promotion? Or are you focused on them hitting their fast start, earning free food every month for the next 12 months? Are you focused on helping them to step into a senior director position? Where's your mindset? Service is the beginning of impact and contribution. It's literally the only reason why we exist as humans, right? Service is what brings us joy, it brings us connection and a sense of purpose to our lives. Those are some of the basic human needs that we all need. And so the quickest way to build an influence with people as a leader is to serve. Now, when I say leader and I say influence, this is in the form of TikTok, social media, vendor events. This comes in the form of a family, right? Are you a leader and an influence to your family? This is something that can actually make a huge difference. So I'm going to throw this comment up here. I love this from Mandy. She's watching from YouTube. People who fail at direct sales and social sales are the ones who don't understand that it is a business, a personal growth plan with a compensation plan. Yeah, yeah, right? Like it just confirms what I said. So I love that. Having a service mindset is essentially about putting others' needs before your own. Now, there's a couple examples I want to share with this because this comes in the form of your customers and selling. And if you're a leader, right, and you're choosing to team build and have a team, you need to put all of your emotions out the window. Business is business. Maybe somebody joins your team and there's a conflict that happens, right? When you step into a larger organization, you're going to see conflict arise. Are you going to be in a growth mindset? Or are you going to be in a fixed mindset that's not going to allow you to show up and serve somebody? So you're going to find team members that sometimes don't do, or the things that you want them to do, they're going to continue to do what they want to do, and that's great because it's their business. But whether you've had personal conflict or not personal conflict, it is your responsibility as their leader in an upline to have a service mindset. What did they need to be successful? If you don't get along with them, then you need to get them with somebody who will, right? There's so many times that somebody's personality doesn't work with the other, but you have to let it go if you're going to choose to build a team. You're going to have to let things go that your customers do that make zero sense to you in order to put their needs before your own, including your team. This business is not about you, so stop being selfish. This business is about everybody else but you. And when you choose to move into that, it'll change everything for you. I hope that this is making sense. I'm going to share this one from Bethany. She says, that service mindset is what has made the difference for me for anything I buy. Isn't that the truth? So people that have a sales mindset primarily focus on getting that's uh, getting, right? They want to get people that have that. Oh, I need to get this seller. I need to get this team member. And as a result, they focus majority of their time on activities that create personal results. But this never translates into success of people being on their team, right? And here's the reason why having a sales mindset will always kind of fill you. And this is something I didn't just learn through this course, but it's something that we learn through the core values of what Patri has to do. Roger never shows up on a live or on a team call. Roger Morgan, our founder and CEO, he never shows up with a sales mindset. Well, what can I get? He shows up with how can I serve it? He has our backs every single day of the week. He is first and foremost in this business and comes from a place of service every single day. He lives his life that way. So most of the people that join our team aren't sales types. Have you guys, how many times have you ever heard, well, I'm not a really good salesperson, but I'm willing to learn, right? So if you're teaching them sales techniques, duplication will always break down in your business. And I have personally seen that. Not knowing that, there may have been a point in the beginning of my business that I had this. Now, if you have a sales mindset, doesn't mean you're selfish and it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. I'm just asking you to recognize this and try to have this shift, this mindset shift. Okay. So here are some common examples of sales techniques. Okay. Now keep this in mind. Attraction marketing and influencer marketing is strategy, right? Focusing mostly on personal sales and personal recruits, sharing your products or business without using third-party tools, spending a lot of time on social media creating content, and cold messaging prospects. Now, take this with a grain of salt. These are sales techniques. Each one of us has done one or more of those in our business. Now, you can make money using these sales techniques, even at a lot of money. There are some top earners in this company who have used just these techniques to make sales with. But I have discovered there are a few problems that arise with this. Your business will never run without you. It requires you to show up every single month, taking action and to create those same results, right? It just absolutely does. But here's what I want you to understand that what I've learned. If your business doesn't run without you, it's not a business, it's a job. Have you ever heard Roger Morgan? He has said this multiple times in our company conferences. I've heard him say it on Facebook Lives, on our leader Zooms. But he says if you don't learn to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to work until you die. So if you are good enough, you can build your income to a few $1,000s a month using sales strategies and even earn a nice living. But you'll get stuck, just like I got stuck several years ago. I'd probably say I've been in this business 8, probably year 4 was when this transition happened for me in the business because I just wasn't ready to learn to do something different. But you'll start to realize that you can't do this on your own and you will be overwhelmed and everything you do each day will just kind of get exhausting until you shift from a sales mindset to a service. This in itself will make the biggest difference for you. So that success is a byproduct of time and effort, working longer and harder, right? We all want to improve in these areas, but success is a byproduct of what Bob Heilig calls love, serve, and grow. These are things that no way connected to the amount of time you put into your business. So many people are struggling right now because you think that you have to choose between a successful business person or a great parent or spouse. It doesn't have to be this way and it shouldn't be this way. So here's the truth. Here's the truth about the very best people, true leaders. And you could probably see this in any of your upline leaders because I could personally, I I personally could name several in this business, but the most successful business people in our profession don't look at themselves as sell people. They view sharing their product and business with people as a form of service. Because of that, they focus the majority of their time on different things. They understand that if what they do works for them, but not for people on their teams, then it's not working. The biggest difference between them and hobbyists is that they focus their time on systems. Guys, I would love for you, if you're on here, I see just a few people that are on here. I would love for you. What are some of the systems that we have in this company? What are some of the systems you have as a team? I know that for my team, Team Endless Possibilities, there's a sales system. We have invite TSA, right? In the form of a PBO and a Bring Love Home. You invite to the presentation, you use this third party tool, you follow up and ask for the sell. You TSA with people that are coming into this business. That's a sales system, right? And then you have customer care. That's a system. Onboarding your team members, right? Getting a new pet pro enrolled and get them through their fast start. That's onboarding. That's a system that we have, right? We have several systems to make things easier for you. So there's a couple of systems that we have, right? We also have prospecting systems, right? Where do you find the people that you're going to talk to? We have the onboarding. There are some leaders that are holding, accountability. There are some leaders that do coaching, right? Retention is even a system in Pottery. If you guys didn't know that the Founders Circle is going on for all VPs and above in this company, the Founders Circle and those leaders that are going to make it on this trip with Roger Morgan are because they're focused on retention systems, helping people, specifically new pet pros, get to that $100 mark every month for 3 to 4 months, 4 months to 12 months, right? That is coming from a place of service when you focus on others, whether they are customers or whether they are team members. So if you're watching and you're loving this, drop a fire emoji into the chat so that I know that I should keep going. Even though I'm probably going to keep going. But having a service mindset means literally that you feel like you are doing people a disservice if you don't share what you have with them. It's that simple, right? Service is adding value to lives of others by helping them solve problems. You guys, we're paid storytellers and we're paid problem solvers. What are some of the problems that we solve? If you guys could comment, what are some of the problems that we solve? Bad gas, dull coat, shedding is all over TikTok, and you saw that Joey and Alex, they did a TikTok sharing a solution to shedding, and look at what it did for them because they came from a place of service in their business. They had over 400 Pot Club members and $57,000 in sales because on TikTok, they were paid problem solvers of shedding. And they came from a place of service, not, hey, buy this salmon oil. It was, hey, look at what these results can do for you. That is a service mindset. 100% a service mindset. So I love that. So people don't buy products and opportunities, they buy solutions to their problems. So if somebody out there that you're talking to is if somebody that you're out there is talking that you're talking to is talking about, wishing that they could travel more. Boy, do we got a solution for them, right? What if somebody out there is talking about how they wish that they just had more of like a meaningful life and they could make a difference and a purpose? Do you think our business could make a difference for them? Are you being selfish and doing them, a favor by not sharing pottery with them, knowing that it could give them purpose and meaning like it did for me? So having a service mindset means that you look at no as the beginning of the process. How many of you guys have ever been told no? And you're like, I'm done. Ugh. I used to be the most dramatic person when somebody told me no. Like, I'm just being honest. It's true. But This initial thought process makes a huge difference. So, one simple shift will literally make you stand out from 99 other people in this industry today. This alone will change your results forever. Think of it like this. If you truly care about helping people, why would that stop the moment you find out they're not interested in what you're offering them? Did you guys hear that? Having a service mindset means that you look at no as the beginning of the process. If you truly care about helping people, why would that stop the moment you find out they're not interested in what you're offering them? When you're at a restaurant and you're sitting down and the waitress comes over and asks if you would like water, if you tell them no, are they going to go crawl in a hole and take it personally because you told them no? No. They're going to be like, "Well, hey, what else do you want to drink?" Or they're going to move on to somebody else and be like, "Great, no problem." And they're going to move on to the next table and offer more water over there. And then they're going to move on to the next table and they're going to offer more water over there because they're coming from a place of service, not sales. Even if that girl was getting paid $1 for every cup of water that she dropped on that table, filled up that cup of water, right? She's still going to go around, "Hey, would you like some more water? Hey, would you like some more water?" And she would continue to ask enough people if they would like more water until she filled enough glasses that she earned the amount of money that she wanted to make. That is a service mindset. Is that is this helpful? I hope that it's helpful. I absolutely love this. So your focus shifts from just making the sell to doing everything you can to solve the problem. That's ultimately what the waitress is coming to ask you. She's solving your problem of thirst. Is she not? "I'm parched. I need a drink." She's solving that problem. You're going to sit there at dinner and she's probably going to ask you 5 to 10 times if you want more water. Is she being pushy to you? And every time you come to the table and your water gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and you're like, "No, no, I don't want any more water. I'm just fine. This one cup is fine for me." Does she stop coming? No, she continues to come back because there might come a point that she asks you that you are ready for what she has to offer. Does that make sense? So most of the people that you know don't look down on what you do. They just don't know that they need what you have to offer. It really is kind of that simple, right? Um I love this. Thank you, Beth. Huge reason why I love pottery. Me too. Me too. So okay. People that are doing this with a sales mindset, they sometimes can create a very bad experience, not even for the people that they're working with, but for themselves. Because every interaction just doesn't seem authentic, right? It's usually that kind of moment when they come from a place of this business isn't going to work for me. I can't sell and I can't sponsor. Nobody wants to join my business, but they don't look inward and ask themselves, do I have a service mindset or do I have a sales mindset? Now, this is something you can very easily help with your team members or wake up every day and ask yourself, what am I going to do every day to come from a place of service? How can the 10 follow-ups that I talked to today, I'm going to ask them for the sell because I'm coming from a place of service. I'm going to ask them what their pets need. I'm going to fill that problem. And then I'm going to ask them if they're ready to buy. And I'm going to do that because I'm coming from a place of service and not sales. Right. So, how many pets' lives could you change if you showed up every day in a place of service versus a place of sales? So, if you haven't gotten the results that you've wanted from a warm market or even a cold market, it's because you haven't done a good enough job of adding value. Bottom line, people don't know they need you, right? People need us more than we need them. They just don't know it. Because if you continue to get no's and you're not getting these results with your warm market or the cold market, it's because you haven't done a good enough job adding value. So go back to all of the people and ask yourself, what is one thing that I could do to show up for them in a place of service, right? I really feel strongly about this. So I absolutely love it. So again, I'm going to put this all it's all in a PDF, including some of the homework that I would like you to do. But these are your homework assignments. So, and this is, you could even look at yourself and say, I'm coming from a place of service already, Elka. But if you sit down, there are times that I just automatically, this could just be my personality, but there are times I go from a service, my intentions is to have a service mindset, and before I know it, I'm completely in sales mode. Like, there are some people that are afraid to be salesy, and then there are other people, and I'll just put myself in that category, that I have to remind myself to have a service mindset all of the time, because I just get in sales mode and I just keep solving problems, and I go to the next and I go to the next and I go to the next, right? And that is how I've been able to achieve last year the 50K. I'm going to hit the 50K again this year. I've been running for the 75 in 2022. In this following year, I'm going for the 75K. And there's times that I have to take a step back and I have to identify what I'm doing. But the first step is being aware that you're doing this, being aware of your team members that are and providing solutions for them. So, assignment number one is identify the problems that you can help someone solve with your product and your business opportunity. Um, so let's do some examples. So we pretty much have a clear, I think, form of what issues our products solve, right? Like, you can go to your back office library, and you can go to your back office library, you can put in issues list, and it'll pull up a whole issues list, right? Bad gas, itchy skin, blah, 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 blah. So I feel really good that we know exactly what to do. We're super clear on our products, but I want to get super clear on what our opportunity can make a difference. So, what are some of the things that people come into this business for, right? So let's get clear on the problems that our opportunity, our pottery opportunity, can help solve for people. What issue did you have when you came into this business, right? I will tell you that my husband is the one that got me into this business. You can actually go find our story on YouTube. But he came into this because he saw what this industry could do for us financially. So money, right? Me personally, I didn't realize that what I needed the most was community. I was 100% community. Beth, I'm so glad that this is helpful for you. So let's make a list. Like, what are some things that the opportunity can help with, right? Um, More time. Who doesn't want more time? How can our business help um, give back more time to people? Think about that, right? What are some different ways that you can show up on social media or having conversations that help people to get their more time back? Help make additional income for financial security. Like, what does more money mean for you? Like, money does not make me happy, but what money does for my family, it helps create my happiness. For traveling, going on vacation, getting in my Jeep and going ahead to have a new adventure, it costs money. Keep that in mind too. Like, remember in the very beginning, I talked about hobbyists. Like, if you're a hobbyist in this business, that's great, but don't be mad if it's not going the way that you wanted to do. Like, even if you work this business part-time or sometime, you have to treat it like a business, whether you're doing it a few hours a day or several hours a day. Hobbies cost us money, businesses make us money, right? My Jeep is my hobby and it is super expensive. I went off-roading in October and screwed up my driveline. That's an expensive hobby that I have, right? But good news, I have a pottery business that pays for my hobby, because my business makes money every single month, right? So, how can you share your stories on how to make additional income that'll help people? Like, do you have a story that like a house cleaner, right? If you hear somebody going, man, I wish I had a house cleaner. Well, hey, how would you like to sell some pet products and make an extra $100 a month? I bet that would give you a house cleaner, right? It doesn't have to be big. Um, what about people who just want to have more fun? Maybe they want something that's rewarding. Like there are some big people out there that just want a fun place to be and community, right? How can our business opportunity give them a greater sense of purpose or a meaning to life, right? I say that a lot. I say right a lot. I should probably stop saying that. I just recognize that. So I apologize if I've said it 100 times. But your homework is to get really clear on making the shift from a sales mindset to a service mindset with your products and a sales mindset to a service mindset with your opportunity. And it's going to give you an assignment to do that, as well as assignment number 2. This is going to be helping you solve these problems, would help transform our prospects' lives. And it's going to ask you some questions to be able to do it. It's really fun. It really helped me to get really clear on this. And right now, I know that everybody is trying to do social media and TikTok. So if you get really clear with your team, really clear with your sales, really clear with your prospects, really clear with the product and the opportunity, and you go out and you come from a place of service versus come from a place of sales, it'll make a dynamic difference. If you do the homework, I would love to have a quick chat with you, whether you're on Tim's team or you're in my downline. If you've done the homework, I would love for you to just pick up the messenger and say, hey, this was my aha moment for this. Come back to the Facebook groups, comment in the chats. What helped you to become really clear? I will tell you that if 3 or 4 people from each team start to share their aha moments and you start to share what solving problems on both ends, you guys, this is social media content we're creating. This is real life content we're creating. This is going to help us to open up our mindset to be able to see things that maybe we wouldn't have already seen, because we are paid problem solvers when we're coming from a place of service. So I know that was a lot of information in a really short period of time. Most of you are probably already coming from a place of service, but know that if you're not, you can change it. I bounce probably 2 or 3 times a month from sales to service, sales to service. Know that it's normal not to just live in one. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you come from a place of sales. I just want you to start being aware of it, because I know for sure that there is nothing more motivating than grabbing your next customer or sponsoring a new pet pro when you're in a funk in this business. And I know that I'm really having a sales mindset is when I'm talking to people and I can't get them to close. It's because I'm not coming from a place of service, right? Most people in this industry will transition from a service mindset until the last 3 or 4 days of the month when it's crunch time. They go into sales mindset. Some people hit their goals and some people don't. So I really hope that this was helpful. I will come back and I will post the PDF in both of the groups in the comments. You guys can basically go through, read everything I just talked about, and do the homework. And I hope that it helps you to see that whether you are a leader in this business or you don't even want a team build, coming from a place of service will make a dramatic difference to those around you. And they will watch you and they will duplicate you. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Peace out. Like trout, kiss all those fur babies on the snout. Goodbye.